Hi guys, I'm really excited for us all to get started. We have a great group of ladies joining us on our first 5-day challenge, and I wanted to talk a little bit about our food prep. So you should have gotten the meal plan. It's in the files section. You can take a look for that there, along with the blank food journal. And what you want to do is you just want to review that meal plan, choose out of your options 1, 2, or 3, and write in what you're going to eat for each day. So that way you have it written down. You can then create a shopping list from there. Go to the grocery store, make sure you have enough quantity to get through all 5 days, bring that home, and that's when the food prep starts. So what you're going to do is unpack everything and try to maybe do this on Sunday. If you can set aside an hour, that's all it's going to take. So to start, I recommend for their breakfasts, one of the things I do every week is a crustless quiche. So basically I just toss a dozen eggs right in a bowl. I chop up lots of veggies. I tend to do broccoli, mushrooms, and onions. That's what my husband and I personally like. And I mix that right in. I just spray a pan down with a little bit of olive oil, 9 by 13. Pour the egg mixture in, bake that for about 35 minutes at 350, and that's the first thing that I get going because it takes a little bit longer. In the meantime, while that's cooking, I like to prep my lunches. So I typically do the sweet potato with a turkey burger or some ground turkey, something like that, and a veggie. So I'll chop up all my sweet potatoes. I leave the skin right on, keep it simple. Sometimes I have my husband do the prep for me and chop up the sweet potatoes. It keeps him busy. And then I also chop up my veggies at the same time. Broccoli is something that's really easy. If you're in a crunch, you can even get it in a frozen bag and then pour it right on a pan. So that's another great option for you guys. So I dice up my sweet potatoes, I get my broccoli on the sheet, I toss that in the oven while my quiche is cooking, and then I take my chicken or my turkey burgers and I toss them on my grill outside. What I like about that is that it keeps the cleanup to a minimum. I have less pans to cook, or to clean rather, and it cooks pretty evenly on the grill, adds a little bit of that smoky taste, which also kind of makes it appealing. I toss my chicken with just a little bit of olive oil and some spices. This is a great time of year because you can get spices right out of your garden, fresh from friends. See me, I can bring you guys some if you'd like. But I try to season a lot with spices to add some flavor in there so it doesn't have to be bland. So I just toss that on my chicken in a bowl with olive oil, and I grill it right up. Just takes about 15 minutes or so. When I'm done grilling it, I'll bring it inside. If it's a turkey burger, I'll just set it aside. If it's chicken, I'll dice it up. I get all my containers laid out, so I like to have a lot of Tupperware backup. You can get these at the dollar store even, so just have tons of Tupperware. It's really helpful to have. I have an entire cabinet full. And I lay out all of my Tupperware for the week, so the 5 breakfasts, the 5 lunches. I'll cut up my quiche in advance, and I'll set those right into the containers and just let the cover stay off to cool. And then for my lunches, I'll put the sweet potatoes on the bottom, I'll put my broccoli on the top, and I'll put either my burger or my ground chicken or my chicken breast that I diced up right on top of that. For condiments, try to keep it really simple because these are just sugar sauces, as I call them to my husband. He loves ketchup. That was something he was addicted to. But then we realized that it's really just the sugar in the ketchup that he likes. So it's something that we removed. And what our choice of condiment now is mustard. So that's a really great option that you can substitute. Very simple. It's just mustard seed, vinegar, and some spices that's in there. So you don't have to worry about having a lot of added ingredients and certainly not a lot of added sugar. So if you need a condiment on that lunch, go for the mustard. You don't really have to worry about prepping your shakes, which is awesome. You can just toss some frozen fruit right out of the freezer. That's what I like to do. One thing you can do is grab a bag of ice. I like my shakes really, really frappy and cold, so I just buy a big bag of ice so I don't have to worry about refilling my ice cube trays like every single day because that would get pretty tedious. So that's something that you can do when you're at the store. Just add that to your list so you don't forget it. As far as the dinners go, I basically treat them the same as my lunches. So I'll prep them in advance. If I'm doing a salad, the mason jar salads, which I'll send a link to, are something great where they'll stay fresh without getting soggy. It's just a particular order of layering that you do. You can just toss them in your fridge. They save a good amount of space, but that way they're all set up, put together, and all you have to do is dump them onto your plate at night and add your protein right on top. So that's a really great idea to do for your lunches or your dinners if you're choosing the salad option for your prep. So that basically should cover all of it. A couple things in addition would be snacks. Some snacks that I like to use are like turkey breasts, and I try to use something that's as clean as possible. So I'll look for like an organic or like a free range chicken or something like that. And you can even ask to see the packages at the deli. Don't be embarrassed to do so. So we want something that has as little ingredients as possible. So I'll do some deli turkey with a little bit of mustard on top and some strawberries. Or you can also hard boil some eggs, and those are things that are really easy to prep. Just toss in some of the Ziploc bags and add them into your lunchbox. Finally, you'll want to make sure that you do have a lunchbox to pack all these things and bring with you. So have something that you set aside every single day. You make it a habit where you come home, you unpack it, you clean your containers so they're ready to go if you need them again, and then you repack it for the next day, get it in the fridge. So that's done immediately when you get home so that it's ready to go and you're prepared in advance for the next day. That's what this is all about, preparing yourself for your success. So we want to get you lined up, ready to go on that. So if there's any questions about food prep, or if you guys want to share any suggestions you have, I'd love to see that. And this will give you some ideas of how you can prep for this weekend. I'd love to see the prep done, like I said, Saturday or Sunday, so that you're prepared and ready to start on Monday morning. Great. Good luck, girls.